Mike Kreitz, a modern-day mountain man locked in a dangerous land dispute, has disappeared without a trace. According to Mike's mother, her son had a dark premonition of his fate.
His last word to me were, "Mom, if they find me dead up here, please tell the authorities about the crazy guy down the street. Goodbye, Mom, I love you."
The man Mike called the crazy guy down the street is Leon Ford. Kreitz and Ford were in a bitter turf war. Neighbor Mark Flora claims the two had a meeting set, and Mark says he told Mike to videotape it to protect himself.
He videotaped a lot. He videotaped all the time, which is interesting because there is a video machine that's missing and we can't find it.
But in their search for clues, police do find something. The Florida security cameras captured images of Leon Ford's truck driving toward and away from Mike's home on the day he went missing.
We knew that Mike had not just gone off hiking. We knew he was dead. We knew he was murdered.
But according to Connie Kreitz, Leon Ford and John Meehan had a different theory. They claim Mike ran off because of a lawsuit they filed against him 3 months earlier.
I did not find one shred of documentation about a lawsuit alleging Mike harassed these people.
So you don't think Mike Kreitz was ever served with the lawsuit?
No, Mike was not served with a lawsuit.
Because
Mike would have told us immediately. He would have been on the phone in a New York minute.
Crime Watch Daily has found there was indeed a lawsuit filed, but friends and neighbors say that Mike was never served. And that theory of Mike on the run came to a tragic end 4 months later, when a Forest Service employee found a bag of dismembered bones.
Either coyotes or some animals had dug up the remains because possibly of the smell and pulled the bag partially out of the dirt.
Even though we had to wait for DNA, we knew it was him. And I will never forget when my mother asked me, she said, "Connie, do you know if they can tell whether Mike was shot in the head?" And I didn't want to tell her, but I figured she would hear it somewhere, and so I had to look at my mother and say, "Mom, there was not a head."
While everyone waited for DNA results, John Meehan ran afoul of the law once again.
what was John Meehan arrested for during the investigation?
John Meehan was arrested for tampering with evidence. We had put up trail cameras in order to gather some information of who was moving in an area toward Michael Kreitz's land, and on that trail camera, it was clear that John Meehan walked up to it and then it went blank. So he was arrested and charged with tampering with evidence.
Then something peculiar happened. In the affidavit against Meehan, authorities revealed a potentially damning detail.
It was disclosed that he had information about Mike's remains that was only available to law enforcement at the time.
That is correct. John Meehan did say something to a citizen that we had not let out yet. So it raises an index of suspicion of what he knows about this case.
But can you talk further about that?
No.
According to the affidavit acquired by Crime Watch Daily, Meehan informed a citizen that the bones could not be identified because they were missing a specific body part, a fact police had not released to the general public.
John Meehan did have some prior knowledge of some information that during our investigation came out that we feel only he or our suspect or person of interest would know in this case.
The affidavit also revealed that Leon Ford and his wife lied to police on multiple occasions regarding their actions on the day Mike went missing.
That after he was told about Mike's conversation with me, Ford changed his story 3 times.
Then came the confirmation everyone feared. The dismembered body was indeed that of Mike Kreitz.
What do you think happened to him?
I know what happened to him. They killed him and they cut him up and they treated him like dog meat.
Despite the neighbors' suspicions, neither John Meehan or Leon Ford has ever been charged with Mike Kreitz's murder. A short time after finding his dismembered body, Mike's head was unearthed several miles away.
Similar circumstances as the first, very close to the road and buried very shallow. The remains that were found were on 2 different sides of the Continental Divide, put in bags and buried. That was unusual.
4 years later, and still, no one's been charged with Mike's murder. But those closest to him have strong suspicions.
Who do you think killed Mike Kreitz?
I fully believe that Leon Ford and John Meehan were the ones that killed Mike Kreitz.
I can't think of anybody else that hated my brother like that. There's just no way.
Questions also surround the mysterious lawsuit against Mike. With his disappearance, his property is there for the taking.
So isn't that convenient? Let's file a lawsuit. Let's not serve him. Let's wait 4 weeks, no reply, put him into default, which they did, and voila, you can ask the court for anything.
This lawsuit is still continuing, even though Mike was murdered and cut up.
I personally think that it was over a boundary dispute, and one of the people that are a person of interest are the ones that did this, but until harder evidence comes in, we have no way to prove it.
While they loved the wooded area of Montana and the dream home they had built by hand, after Mike was killed, Gloria and Mark Flora faced the frightening realization that the argument over the road could lead to their own demise, and the couple literally fled to another state.
And we were told to leave by no less than 6 deputies. They said, if you want to live, you're going to have to leave. And we were really attached to that place.
I miss Montana every day. I cut every timber in that house myself. I put it all up myself. I'm too old to do that again now.
Mike's murder may be unsolved, but we still wanted answers.
Verizon ringback tone while your party is reached.
I tried John Meehan up on Turk Road, but he refused to speak with us unless we paid him. So I decided to confront Leon Ford.
We tracked Leon Ford from Helena, Montana to here, Oak Harbor, Washington. I'm wearing a Kevlar vest because Leon Ford is known to carry a firearm. Remember, he was the last person to see Mike Kreitz alive, and in fact, Mike Kreitz had reported that Leon Ford was brandishing a gun in front of his face. So we don't know what type of situation we're walking into. Thus, the Kevlar vest.
Traveling with the camera crew and security, we got a call that Ford was spotted in town.
So we got a tip that there's a vehicle here that fits the description of Leon Ford's pickup truck, Montana plates. We're checking it out right now, and bingo, that's it, Montana plates right there, and it's Leon Ford's vehicle for sure. Whether he's in there or not, we don't know.
We didn't find Ford in the shop. Then we got the text from our private investigator. He had him.
So right now we're pulling up to Leon Ford's home. So we're gonna knock on the door, ring the bell, see if he comes outside, and will talk to us about the murder and dismemberment of Mike Kreitz.
Hello.
Are you Leon Ford?
Speaking.
Hey, I'm Jason Matera with Crime Watch Daily.
Okay.
We just had a few questions for you. We're doing a story on the murder of Mike Kreitz.
Unfortunately, since it's an ongoing case, our lawyer in Montana, Palmer Hooverstall, told us that
we have this
we're not allowed.
sheriff's affidavit right here that says
We're not
your
allowed to
vehicle
talk
was seen
about it.
speeding away the day Mike disappeared. Why were you in a rush to leave?
We don't have any comments.
We don't have any comments. It's an ongoing case, and we hope that the case gets solved.
Mr. Ford, did you murder Mike Kreitz?
We have
can't
no
talk about
comments.
it.
You can't comment on if you murdered Mike Kreitz? Seriously? Your vehicle was seen speeding away the day Mike went missing. Yes or no? Did you murder Mike Kreitz? You see this? They're definitely here. No comment on whether they murdered Mike Kreitz. And look, they're peeking through the window still. Right there. You see him? You can see Leon Ford. Hey, Mr. Ford, why were you being untruthful to the sheriff's office? It's their quote, not mine. If you murdered Mike Kreitz, Crime Watch Daily is on the case. This isn't going away. It's not going away.
For now, the pressure remains squarely on law enforcement to find Mike's killer.
Do you think the murder of Mike Kreitz can be solved?
It's just a matter of time, but the person who did it, rest assured, we're going to get you. It can be solved, and we're going to find you.
His family misses him, his friends miss him, and he has a lot of people that love him, and a lot of people praying for the people to be caught. And they will be caught.
Now, we need to stress that we reached out to John Meehan to get his comment on this story. He responded by saying, quote, "No money, no story. Our story needs to be told with the dollar amount of our choosing. If you slander us, we will hire another attorney and that will cost more money. Your choice." Well, we didn't offer John Meehan any money, but we did give him another chance to tell his side of the story. He responded in part, "We moved to Montana from Oregon without knowing we were moving in next to a left-wing radical activist on one side, the Floras, and a right-wing domestic terrorist on the other side, Mike Kreitz. We've had to pay over $30,000 in attorney's fees to defend our property rights and prove my innocence, yet that story is not being told and has been spun by the media circus." Well, John, if you are watching, our offer to tell your story still stands.